Today I'm going to show you how you can create interactive images like you're seeing right here in the background with these moving parts, a call to action button, a QR code that flies in, even a top menu which is interactive on top of this image with a platform called Pixal. Today I'll be reviewing Pixal and it's being launched today for a one-time price. Now, if you're interested, make sure to check out the link in the description of this video. It will be available for a few days during the launch for this special one-time price. Also, if you pick this up through the link below this video, you'll also get my free extra upgrade. So make sure to check that out before you purchase. All right, let's dive into this and let me show you how Pixal works. So like I showed you at the beginning here, this is a demo website where I integrated this image. So when I reload this page, you can see the interactive elements are moving on top of this image and everything is interactive. So when I click on this button, it opens a new tab with my website because I redirected this image to my website. And even this top menu that you're seeing right here is also interactive. So when I click on blog, it opens a new page 123.com, which is not existing, but it is interactive. And here inside of Pixal, you can see the example that I created. So this is the designer where you can create those interactive images. Now, one of the cool things also is that you can export these images as GIF files, as JPEG as well. So you can also use these images as ads on Facebook as a moving image as well. But let me show you how to create these images. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the beginning. Once you log in, this is what you will see. And I have a front-end account. So this is the front-end purchase. Which you're going to get. All the things that you're seeing inside of this account is also what you're going to get when you purchase Pixal. There are some upgrades, but more about that on my website. Now, if you want to get started here, there is a left menu where you can choose from, but you simply click on here on this plus button, graphic creator, where you can start creating your graphics. Now, by default, there are a lot of choices that you can choose from. So here you can choose all different kinds of sizes that you can create. So if you like to create a Facebook group banner, you can simply click on this one and you can see that the canvas changes to the size of a Facebook group banner. So you could basically choose any template in here, a full banner, a white skyscraper, a skyscraper. So you see those images always when you see ads. And there's a lot to choose from. Or you can also decide your own width and your own height if you'd like to. Now, another cool thing is here that there's also a template button where you can choose from a bunch of templates. So as you can see here, these are templates and there are a bunch of templates to choose from. As you can see here, when I scroll down here, these are all different sizes. So if you click on Apple, for example, you will see all different ads about Apple. These are text, by the way. When I do beauty salons or beauty, a lot of beauty ads will pop up in here, as you can see. And you simply, if you want to work with these templates, you simply click on this template, you click yes, apply, and now you have this ad where you can work with. Now, when you go to the left menu here, you can preview this slide. So when I click on preview, you can see what happens. This is interactive as well. As you can see, it's about your hair. And then there is a visit us button. Now, the cool thing also is that you can create extra slides. So at the right side of the screen here, you see that I have only one slide. You can actually create multiple slides. So when this slide finishes, you can continue with a next slide. So let's go back to the templates because I want to use the example that I showed you here. I want to have this car rental. And this is the example that you just saw on my website. Now, it works really simple. So you can move all the parts that you're seeing in here. So that's also what I did. I moved it a bit up in here like this. And then I added a button to my design. So let's say you want to add your own elements. Then at the bottom here, you can click on add elements where you can choose from text. You can add buttons, you can add a video. Let's say you want to add a video, I'm going to show you that in a second, or shapes, or maybe a menu that you saw on my design. So in this case, we want to add a button. So I'm going to click button, and then you can choose from a bunch of buttons. So we're going to create the same design as you just saw. So I'm going to click on check out the new site. Here you have the button, and you can move this anywhere. So you can change this to whatever you like. So if you want to have a black button, you can change this as well to black. And then you can change here what you want to have in here. So rent your car here. And then you can add your URL in here, HTTPS, and then timverdouw.com, of course, where you can rent this car. But now your button is ready. Now, when you want to preview your design here, you will notice that some parts are interactive and some not. So when I click on preview here, you can see here that the button is already here and the rent a car jumps in. Now, one of the cool things that I really love about this software is that you can apply effects to every element that you add to your design. So in this case, I want to move this button. So at the bottom here, you'll see a slider where it says appear after 0 seconds, duration 3 seconds. So right now, this button immediately appears on the screen. So I can also say, I want to move this to about, let's say after 3.5 seconds here, I want to show this button. And when you click here you'll notice that it's having some stars. So when you click on this little part in here, you will be able to add effects to your design. So in this case, I want to let this button come from the left here, and I want to ease it in elastic like this, or ease out elastic, something like this. So when I apply this to this button and I'm going to preview this design again, look what happens. Now the button comes in later. Boom, rent your car. Do you see that? So this way you will be able to add all different kind of elements to your design. So like I just said, you can also add a video. So when I go here to the bottom here, you also have the option to add a video inside of your design. So you can choose from a video gallery if you have videos in here. You can search for videos. Let me see here. Cars. Maybe, I don't know if there's a library. No, there's no library. Probably you have to upload your own videos or your previous uploaded videos. So I go to YouTube in here. I'm going to copy this URL. I go back to Pixal and I only copy the last part of this URL here. I'm going to click plus. Do you see that? Right now, we've also added a video here to our design. And you can also make this bigger and smaller, as you can see. So let's say you want to add this to the right top of this image. You can do that as well. And now when you preview this design, you will see here that it has a video that started playing here at the right side. So I'm going to remove this one right now. And I'm going to click on the remove button, and we're going to add some other designs to this page as well. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to open my original one. And I have it opened right now. And I'm doing this because I can refresh my own website here. When I refresh my website, we can see exactly what we're changing on our website. So this is the original design that we started with. The cool thing is you can add all these elements. Like here, you can see this menu. And this menu, you can find that here also at the bottom here. You see menu. So when I added this menu here at the right top, you can decide where to link. So this blog, you can also say to rental here. So you see that now it changes here to rental. And then you can change the URLs. You can even say this has to be a slider. And then you can change everything in here, and you can add even extra menu items as well. And the background color, let's say you want to have this more blue in the design, you can do that as well. You can simply drag this in here, and then you can start modifying it and make it your own color if you like to change that. So the cool thing is when you save this here at the right top, you need to save your design here and simply click on save again. When I refresh this on my own website, you will notice that I don't have to place a new image on my website. The image automatically changes here. You'll see this button is now blue. It automatically changes when I change my design inside of Pixal. Now, like I said, you can add all different kind of elements in here. So if you want to add a shape, you can add shapes here. Let's say a rectangle. You can do that, and you can place that behind rent a car, for example, something like this. And then you move the fonts on top. So you need to go on the top to the font here, and then you can say bring to front. Here, let's do it this way. Now we can see, okay, rent a car is now on top of the black part in here. And then we're going to move this banner here, and we're going to change that to a white color, something like this. And then we're going to change the background here to white, rent a car, something like this. And then again, once you're done, simply click on save. And when we refresh our page, you can see that also the image is refreshed on here. And again, we can also add some elements or some effects. When I refresh, you see the white parts immediately available there, but we can change that as well. You simply go to the white part, you select the white part, and you say, okay, this here, you see me sliding at the bottom. And here, when I click at the bottom on these stars, I'm going to add an effect. I'm going to ease this in. Let's say we're going to let this coming in from the right. And I really like this one. Boom. So we're going to do this one. And let's preview this right now. Here. Boom. You see that? So this way you will be able to create some very cool interactive videos. Now the cool thing is that you can also automatically resize. So here at the left side, you can, by the way, you can upload your own images in here. So let's say I want to import my own video, upload here. Let's click on load. You can simply choose one of the images that are on your computer. Let's say I want to import this image. Then you can import this image to your library, and you can start working with these images as well. As you can see right now, this image has been imported to my own design. So that's also possible as well. And then within the gallery, you will see the images that you have imported, and you can use them anytime. Now, the thing that I wanted to show you is that you can also magically resize your image. So when I click on resize, you have these options to immediately resize your image. So let's say you want to create an image here, a Twitter in-stream photo. When I click on this and I click on resize, it creates a new design which is resized specifically for Twitter. And then I can move some parts in here so that it matches Twitter. I can move this QR code to make it look a little better. And right now my design is done. Of course, I need to save this one. So I'm going to say Twitter in-stream photo, and boom, I'm done. And when I click on preview, look at this. It still works exactly the same. And I have my design for Twitter as well. Very cool option as well. And inside of the properties here, you can also link this image to a specific website inside the window or in a new window. And you can loop the slides as well. So let's say you want to create multiple slides. So let's get back to our original design. You can do that as well. So when I go to all graphics in here and I go to the rent a car, I can open this design again. Here I can click on edit, and I can also add multiple slides. So once this slide has been finished, I simply click here on duplicate. I want this next slide to appear. So I can say, for example, rent a car. I can also say here in this design, I can say, for example, rent a bike. Something like this, or in capitals, rent a bike. And then I can add a bike picture. But just to show you what this exactly is, let me save this and let me refresh my design on my website. You will now see here that this is the design here that we created. And now once this is finished, you will notice that it will jump to the next slide, which is rent a bike. Now this slide is going to take about 15 seconds because that's how we designed it. And look at this, rent a bike. This is my next slide. So you can create, let me close this one. You can create multiple slides here that will become visible on your website. So that's another option inside of Pixal. We got the magical resize, we got the gallery, we got the templates. There are some elements that you can add. So you can add emojis that you can choose from. So let's say you want to use this emoji, you can do that as well. And again, you can bring effects to these emojis as well. Click on more here. You could do Giphies from Pixabay, from Pixels, QR code. And by the way, if you want to import from the gallery here, when you click on gallery, these are your uploaded files, but you also have a full graphic, all graphic stocks in here from all different kind of arrows, for example. These are the arrows, but also you have abstract that you can choose from, a whole bunch of abstract images that you can choose from. And here also, you know, there's so many add to cart graphics. You can choose from those, and there's so many categories that you can choose from, and you can add these all to your image. So let's say I want to use this one. Now it's simply being added to my design. I need to resize this because it's a very big, large image, but I can simply resize this here, as you can see here. And now I can add this to my image in here. Something like this. You got the idea, right? So that's also possible. And this is how you create these interactive images with multiple slides. Very cool. And when we go back to our home, then the next part is that you can categorize all your graphics. So when I click here on all graphics, you will get an overview of all of your graphics in here. Let me put down my phone because it's getting annoying. All right. So here you can see all these designs that we created. Now, if you want to create a campaign that runs on your website, you can do that in multiple ways. So when you create a campaign, you need to give a campaign name. So I'm going to call this review campaign. And I'm going to click on create campaign. So what I can do now is I can go to the images that I created. So let's say this is the Twitter in-stream photo. I can click on this button here and I can add this to my campaign that I just created. And now I'm going to click save. And now it has been added to this review campaign, as you can see in here. So if I want to add this to my website, I click here on this disabled button here because I want to enable this and I want to send 100% of my visitors. I want to show 100% of my visitors this image. So I'm going to click on update. And now you will notice when I open this, that there is an embed code in here. Now this is the code that I can add to my website. So when I go to my website builder, I can add another block here because this is the smaller image, remember? And I'm going to add a HTML code in here. Going to paste that in here, going to click on save. And now when I preview my website, look what happens. I'm going to see the big banner, but also the small banner in here that I've added to my website. And it's still interactive, as you can see. And this is how you can add this to your website. Now, also, what you can do is if you have multiple images in here, let me open this with 3 images. Let me go back. The demo campaign here, you can see 3 images in here. I can also enable the other images as well. So let's say I created 3 similar images, but with different content. I can click on enable. And now I can say, okay, I want 33% of the visitors to see this image, 33 this image, and 34% I want to show this image, so that you can ABC test with your images. A very cool option. Now then there's also a cool option inside here that you can see in-depth analytics. So when I click on this, you can see exactly the device type. So this is from a desktop because that's me. It's from the United States because I'm using a VPN. Impressions by country, impressions by clicks. So you can see multiple information in here, how many impressions you got, how many clicks, how many click-throughs. And I think I need to open this campaign, demo campaign, to show you a little bit more. No, it's not ready here, but you can also see on which image is clicked most, etc. So you get the analytics inside of your images as well. So that's super cool. Another thing that you can do is you can click on download in here, and then it will render a download for you. So when I click on download, you can download this as a JPEG, as a PNG, but also as a GIF file. So when you download this as a GIF file, you can upload this to Facebook, and then your image will be a moving image like you just saw as a GIF file, and also as an MP4 file, as a video. And then they will be available in your downloads folder in here. So let's say I want to rent my car. You can download this to your computer, and then you can upload this to Facebook, and the same thing for all the others here. So if you have an MP4, a JPEG, or a GIF file, you simply click on download, and then you can open this and you can upload this wherever you like. And that is basically what Pixal is all about. It's a very cool platform where you can design interactive images, really cool, and right now available again for a one-time price. So if this is interesting to you, make sure to check out the link in the description below. It will redirect you to my website where you get some extra upgrades, free upgrades as well if you pick this up through my link. And if you have any questions, make sure to ask them in the comments below. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well if you'd like to see more of my reviews, and please hit that thumb button if this review was useful for you. Hey, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next review. Talk soon. Cheers.